Gurdjieff was a Russian mystic and a great spiritual teacher. He always told his disciples to never die like a dog. His disciples were confused as to what he was saying, don't die like a dog. So once his disciples asked Gurdjieff what he really meant by don't die like a dog. So Gurdjieff told his disciples that dog means the animal state, fast asleep, unconscious. You can die consciously, then you die a beautiful death. Because then, even while dying, you know that you are not dying. That's the beauty of it. Right now, even alive, you don't know you are alive. Even living, there is no life. You are simply dragging. It is phony. And a man who has encountered life and its facts and gone through its pleasure and pain, dark nights and beautiful days, and watched everything and has become a profound observer will die in a totally different way. He will die alert, aware. Gurdjieff says that man is a machine. All the people you know or whom you will know are machines, a real machine. A machine driven entirely by the power of external influences. He is born like a machine and dies like a machine. All his deeds, actions, words, thoughts, feelings, convictions, and habits are the result of external influences. Without self-knowledge, without understanding the workings and functions of his machine, man cannot be free, he cannot govern himself, and he will always remain a slave. Then Gurdjieff tells a story in which a man is compared to a house, where there are many servants, but no master, and there is no manager. The servants have forgotten all their work. No one wants to do what they are supposed to do. Everyone is busy trying to become a boss, even if only for a short while. This kind of disorder has put the house in serious danger. Right now, this is the situation of a man, lost and confused. And for that, a man must first of all understand certain things. He has thousands of false ideas and false conceptions, chiefly about himself, and he must get rid of some of them before beginning to acquire anything new. Otherwise, the new will be built on the wrong foundation, and the result will be worse than before. So today in this video, we will understand what is meditation and how to become conscious by being self-aware, and then transform yourself with that new understanding. When we pay conscious attention to something, then intelligence is born within us. Understanding takes birth. This means that if we say conscious attention, then there will be some attention which will not be conscious. It will be unconscious. When we pay attention to something after deciding in advance, when we give attention to something with opinion, it gives birth to unconsciousness within us. I already know that anger is bad. Anger is not a right thing. And then when I pay attention to anger, it increases unconsciousness. This creates conflict within us. The more we focus on anger, the more we feel like anger should not exist. And that leads to more conflict, more confusion, and more stress. So you see, the things with which you are having problems. The problem is that you give it attention, and then you get to know him. There is a noise from somewhere in the neighborhood. There is a traffic noise, and you feel constantly troubled. Constant trouble means that you are giving constant attention to something. But that attention is becoming a problem. Awareness is not being generated within us. Intelligence is not being generated. Because there is a prejudice behind that attention that this is a wrong thing, this should not happen, and it gives rise to conflict within us. Naturally, our attention flows towards 25 things. If we allow our attention to flow and remain alert within, then attention will become meditation. And then every act will become meditation. And in that spontaneous flow, a flower has blossomed, and we naturally give it our attention. A woman or a man or a car passes by, and our attention goes in that direction. A woman passes by, we easily pay attention to her. A man passes, a car passes, or 1,000 things happen. There is some noise somewhere. Someone says something to us. insults us, or abuses us. We naturally let our attention flow towards those things. If you don't like someone's habit, it gets your attention. When you enter someone's room, you get frustrated that there is no cleanliness here. This attention creates conflict in our lives till now, because that is not our conscious attention, it is our unconscious attention. So Buddha says that, if we make our attention alert, let the attention go wherever it goes. And we did not fight with our attention. If our mind wants to think about the woman, then let us think about the woman. If our mind wants to think about the money, then let it think about the money. If it wants to watch the movie, then let us watch the movie. Let him do whatever he wants to do. If he wants to drink alcohol, then let him think about drinking alcohol. The question is not what we are paying attention to. It is a good thing that your attention goes towards something. So Buddha says, wherever attention goes, let it go. From your side, from behind. Add awareness, add consciousness. Right now, it is unconscious attention. Later you become conscious, and every action then becomes meditation. In the book Zorba the Greek, Zorba tells his boss to keep quiet while they were talking. Then his boss asks him, "Why are you asking me to keep quiet?" Because the boss is telling him something very important. Then Zorba says that, "A woman was passes by, and I was looking at her." So his boss feels very insulted, and said that you are going to look at a woman by interrupting me. You doesn't let me speak. Zorba said that, it is not a question of the woman, it is a question of seeing. The woman was passing by and my entire attention was being given to her. At that time, if I had kept listening to you, I would not have been able to be attentive. I would not have been able to be alert. That's why I would have to become conscious. If it was not possible, then my attention would have been wasted. Then thoughts would arise in my mind that I should meet this woman, I should become friends with her, I should enjoy her, and I would go into unconsciousness, then desires would arise. So I had to be alert in that moment. When my attention was flowing easily at that moment, it was a moment of meditation for me, so please forgive me. So a woman passes by, Zorba looks at her, and his looking becomes meditation. But when we see, seeing becomes discord. Thoughts arise within us that, this woman is not in my life. How did this woman come into my life? How did this man come into my life? We see a car passing on the road, then seeing does not become meditation, but our seeing it gives rise to sadness within us, to the worry that I don't have this car, that I too want such a car. A journey of thought starts that how can I have this car? Because our attention is unconscious. Then Buddha says, do not fight with your attention. Think whatever you want to think about. Let that attention go wherever it feels comfortable, and you stay alert behind it. You are sitting in this moment. Let the mind think whatever it wants to think. Let the ear hear whatever it wants to hear. Whatever smells the nose wants to be aware of, let it go wherever it wants to go. You add awareness behind it. You are just aware that it's happening. And that becomes the conscious attention. That is the mother of intelligence. You will find that within a few days, an enlightenment begins to arise within you. You are doing the same thing you were doing till now. You are not doing anything new in your life. Everything continues as it was till yesterday. But you started becoming a new person. You start becoming enlightened. Because as soon as you become alert to your attention, awareness is born within you. Wisdom is born. And you begin to transform naturally with that new understanding.